Jack and Annie crouched on the floor. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everyone was still, absolutely still. Chapter 3. Where's he? Jack opened his eyes. Sunlight danced through the window. The treehouse was still high up in a tree. But it wasn't the same tree. Where are we? said Annie. She and Jack looked out the window. The pterodon was soaring through the sky. The ground was covered with ferns and tall grass. There was a winding stream, a sloping hill, and volcanoes in the distance. Oh my God, is that volcanoes? Oh my God. I don't know where we are, said Jack. The pterodon glued down the base of the tree. It landed on the ground and stood very still. So what just happened to us? said Annie. Well, said Jack, I was looking at the picture in the book. And you said, well, I wish we could go to the time of Pteranodon, said Annie. Yeah, and then he saw Pteranodon in the Frog Creek woods, said Jack. Yeah, and then the winds got too loud, and the treehouse started spinning, said Annie. And we land here, said Jack. And we landed here, said Annie. So that means, said Jack. So that means what? said Annie. I don't know, said Jack. He shook his head. None of this can be real. Annie looked out the window again. But he's real, she said. He's very real. Jack looked out the window with her again. The pterodon was standing at the base of the tree like a guard. His giant wings were spread out on either side of him. Hi, Annie shouted. Shh, said Jack. We're not supposed to be here. But where is here? said Annie. I don't know, said Jack. Hi, who are you? Annie called to the pterodon. The creature just looked up at her. Are you nuts? He can't talk, said Jack. But maybe the book can tell us. Jack looked down at the book. He read the words under the picture. This flying reptile lived in Cretaceous period. It finished 65 million years ago with the dinosaurs. That's impossible, said Jack. We can't have gone to time 65 million years ago. Jack, said Annie. He's nice. Nice, said Jack. Yeah, I can tell, said Annie. Let's go down to him. Go down, said Jack. Annie started down the rope ladder. Hey, come back, said Jack, but Annie kept going. Annie, wait, Jack called. Annie dropped to the ground. He stepped boldly up to the Asian creatures. Henry, Jack gasped as Annie reached out her hand toward the pterodon. Oh no, he thought. Annie was always trying to make friends with animals, but this was going too far. Don't get too close to him, Annie, Jack shouted. Annie touched the pterodon crest. She stroked his neck. He was talking to him. What in the world is she saying? Jack wondered. He took a deep breath. Okay, he would go down too. It would be good to examine a pterodon. He could take notes like scientists. Jack started down the rope ladder. When he reached the ground. He was only a few feet away from the creatures. The pterodon stared at Jack. His eye was bright and alert. "He's soft, Jack," said Annie. "He feels like Henry." Jack snarled. "He's no dog, Annie." "Tell him, Jack," said Annie. Jack didn't move. "Don't think, Jack." "Yes, do it," Annie said. Jack stepped forward. He reached out very cautiously. He brushed his hand down the creature's neck. "Interesting," Jack thought. A thin layer of fuzz covered the pterodon's skin. "Soft, huh?" said Annie. Jack reached into his backpack and pulled. He wrote, "Fuzzy clean." "What are you doing?" "Taking notes," said Jack. "We're probably the first people in the world to ever see a real-life pterodon." Jack looked at the pteranodon again. The bunny grass on top of his head was longer than Jack's arm. "I wonder how smart he is," said Jack. "Very smart," said Annie. "Don't count on it," said Jack. "His brain probably no bigger than a bean." "No, he's very smart. I can feel it," said Annie. "I'm going to count him Henry," she wrote in his notebook. "Small brain." Jack looked at the creature again. "Maybe he's mutant," he said. The pterodon tied his head. Annie liked it. "He's not mutant, Jack." "Well, what's he doing here then? Where's this place?" said Jack. Annie leaned close to Pterodon. "Do you know where we are, Henry?" she asked softly. The creature fixed his eyes on Annie. His long jaw was opening and closing like a giant pair of scissors. "Are you trying to talk with me?" Henry asked Annie. "Forget it," Annie. Jack wrote in his notebook, "Mouth like scissors." "Did we come to a time long ago, Henry?" said Annie. "Is this a place from long ago?" Suddenly, Annie gasped. Jack looked up. Annie was pointing toward the hill. On top stood a huge dinosaur. Chapter 5. Gold in the Grass.